The Balkan Civil Society Development Network is monitoring the civil environment for a while, and we were noticing quite negative trends in the past several years, especially with the last thing that happened in the beginning of 2025, and that's the USAID cutting of freezing the programs that was funding in the Western Balkans. In general, the most affected countries were and are Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Albania. As far as we have the insights, with the focus on Serbia. What we saw and what we found, according to the public data published on the USAID spendings, the amount of money that USAID cut especially to Serbia is 53 million or $50 million plus. North Macedonia, that is not so much affected, but there are several programs which are very, very important one for the country, like the fight against the corruption, actually Citizens Against the Corruption, which was also freezed. If there are colleagues from North Macedonia present here, they can correct me, but I think that the sum was more than 4 million euros, and suddenly it's cut. And the least affected country is Montenegro, since the USAID program is not so developed there, and it's mostly a bilateral cooperation in that sense.
It's not just about civil society. It's about democracy in a very, very profound way. It's about Europe in a very, very profound way. It's about peace. And it's about, let's say, if we want to talk about global world order, we are not anymore in any kind of the order. We are already now in a full, profound disorder, chaos, and so on. So it's really much deeper than just the civil society, and this is another thing what we need to have in our mind. The second thing, it's not about USAID. Let's say in a certain way, we will talk about that, and probably many of us are worried, but I think it's not about USAID. USAID is not important. USAID is just a wake-up call for all of us, let's say, I have studied philosophy, to wake up us from the dogmatic slumber, from the deep dogmatic sleep that we as a civil society are for already quite some time following the inertia, following the autopilot of following the theories of the change from the 90s, following the patterns of the civic activism from the 90s. One is, you have mentioned, it's a completely different geopolitics. In today's world, autocrats help other autocrats. Democracies do not help people who are striving and fighting for the democracy.